Number first, body covering equal displacement and equal interval of time is called uniform speed, uniform velocity, uniform acceleration. So we know that V is equal to S divided by T, where S is displacement. When body covering equal displacement of time and equal interval, we call it uniform velocity. Now if it cover equal distance and equal interval of time, that will be in case of uniform speed. So in this case, is it covering equal displacement, so it will be uniform velocity. The next is instantaneous average velocities are equal when his uniform velocity and his variable velocity. So if a body is moving with equal same velocity with variation of time, so if we look into this value instantaneous or take the average of these two, so this both are same. So when a body has uniform velocity, we can call it that it's instantaneous and average velocities are same. When velocity time graph is straight line parallel to x-axis, acceleration is constant 0, option C or D or D. So if this is velocity time graph and the velocity graph is straight to x-axis, it means with the passage of time velocity is not changing or constant, or change in velocity is 0. So we know that A is equal to V divided by T. As change velocity is 0, so 0 divided by T is equal to 0. So acceleration is 0. Now MCQ number 4, velocity time graph. Velocity time graph, slope of velocity time graph give us what? So if this is velocity and this is T and this is slope, so we know that for slope is equal to y component divided by T, or quantity of y axis divided by quantity on x axis. So on y axis this is velocity, so v by t is equal to, we know that v by t is equal to, so v by t is equal to s. So s is equal to distance. So slope of velocity time graph. So slope of velocity time graph give us slope of velocity time graph v by t, and we know that a is equal to v by t, and a is acceleration. So option A is correct. Now velocity time graph area is equal to what? Or the area between the velocity time graph and the time axis is numerically equal to what? So if this is velocity time graph, so the area between v by t. So if we want to study the area, so we will multiply this by this, v multiply by t. So we know that v is equal to s divided by t, so s is equal to v divided by v multiply by t. So option, if we multiply v by t, the area of vt graph is equal to it will give us t. So option B is correct, this is distance. So remember, then a slope you will divide this quantity by this, and what the answer is, that will be the slope, and in the area we will multiply this quantity by this. So if v by t is equal to area and v multiply by t is equal to s, so the slope is acceleration and the division is, and the area is give us distance. MCQ number 6, if slope of velocity time graph decreases gradually, the body is said to be positive acceleration or negative acceleration. If this is velocity time graph and this in the slope decreases, so as the slope decreases, we can say at every point the velocity is decreasing with the increase in time. So as the velocity is decreasing, so the acceleration is called negative acceleration or deceleration or retardation. Negative acceleration, or it is also called deceleration or retardation. Option B is correct. If the slope of the velocity time graph in question number 6 increases this, if they give us increase instead of decrease, so in that case, if the velocity time graph is increases, so it's at each point velocity is increasing with the passage of time. So as velocity increasing, so acceleration is called positive acceleration. Question 8. For constant acceleration, velocity time graph slope is parabola or straight. So if we have velocity time graph and if velocity is constant, or for constant acceleration mean there is no change occurring in velocity, or for constant acceleration changes, or this is also constant acceleration changes, or constant acceleration changes mean the velocity is changing at equal interval of time. So for this the acceleration graph is straight. When a body is moving towards earth, its g value is taken as positive or negative. So if a body is moving towards earth, this is earth and this object is moving towards earth, so this quantity will be considered as positive, g will be considered as positive, and if body is moving towards upward, so for that body g will be considered as negative. So in this case, as it towards earth, so it is positive. MCQ number 10. Change in momentum is called force, impulse or acceleration. So we know that impulse is equal to J is equal to F into T, where F is equal to MAT. Also know we know that A is equal to V divided by T, so V is equal to AT. Putting AT of V, so V is called MV is equal to J, where MV is equal to delta change in MV is equal to change in delta P, so J is equal to delta P. So change in momentum is called impulse. So option B is correct. Now the time rate of change of momentum is called force, impulse, acceleration or what? So we know that F is equal to ma, where A is equal to V divided by T, P mv is equal to P by T. So the time rate of change of momentum is called force. So option A is correct. Property of body due to which it opposes change in rest or motion is inertia, weight, option C, torque or anything. So according to Newton's first law of inertia, due to the mass of the body, it resists to change its motion in due to change, it opposes change in its rest or its motion. Number 13. Which Newton law is also called law of inertia? So Newton's first law is called law of inertia, while the second law is about F is equal to ma, and the third law is about action and reaction. Inertia of body is quantitatively taken as mass, weight or both. So inertia of body is quantitatively taken as mass, and it depends totally dependent on mass. Greater the mass, greater the inertia. Greater the mass, greater the inertia. Momentum depends upon force, mass, velocity, mass and velocity. So we know that P is equal to mv. So momentum depends on mass and also momentum depends on velocity. So option D is correct. MCQ number 16. In an alternative unit of kilogram meter per second is. So from the unit of impulse, we know that J is equal to Ft, where F is equal to mat, where unit of mass is kilogram, area is acceleration is equal to meter per second square, and time is second. So we will get kilogram meter per second, that is given here. In this way we can also write Ft is equal to Newton second. So the unit of alternative unit of kilogram meter per second is Newton second. So option B is correct. 17. Unit of impulses. So we know that J is equal to Ft. Unit of impulses Newton per Newton multiplied by second. Or if they give another option -1 kilogram meter second, so then if they give us option like we found both of these in option, then we will mark both. Dimension of acceleration is, so it's easy, A is equal to V divided by T, V is equal to S divided by T, 1 T is rest, so T is equal to L and T is to the power square. We will acceleration is LT minus 2. R to find a dimension of force, MCQ number 20. For force, dimension of force is equal to F is equal to ma, where m is mass and a dimension lt minus 2. So this is the dimension of force. Now to find the dimension of momentum. To find the dimension of momentum, P, we know that P is equal to m into velocity, mass is m and the velocity is s divided by t, L t minus 1. This is the dimension of momentum. Now to find the dimension of impulse. To find the dimension of impulse is j is equal to f t, where f is kilogram meter per second is the unit of j, kilogram meter per second. So we can write m L t minus 1. So momentum and impulse have same unit. So number 23 is same dimension is of delta p and j, or delta p by t and j. So option C, delta p and j is same impulse. The next is MCQs number 19. This is MCQs number 19. So MCQs number 19, they tell us that a snooker ball with velocity v collides with another ball at rest. The velocity of second ball is if collision was elastic. So we will write the formula that v1 dash, और v1 dash की ज़रूरत नहीं है, simply we will write the formula for v2 dash, which is equal to v1 plus v2 and m1 plus m2, m1 plus m2 are 2 times m1 and 2 m1 m2 minus m1. So in this case a ball collides with another ball of which velocity was 0 and this velocity was v, and we was to point v2 dash. So this was v2 dash. So v2 dash is equal to 2m1. So both mass, snooker both both balls have same mass, so we can write 2m divided by m1 plus h2 is equal to 2m, v1 plus m1 minus m1 is equal to 0, 0 divided by m1 plus m2, and the velocity was also 0, so 0. So we will get 2m divided cancelled by 2, and so v2 dash is equal to v1, where v1 was v. So v2 dash is equal to v. So the answer v is correct. This is the special case of elastic collision in which both masses are same. MCQ number 24. Taking off rocket can be explained by law of conservation of momentum or law of conservation of mass. So whenever the rocket bursts or start flying, it leaves the gases at a high velocity. So to keep the momentum constant, so small masses start moving with high velocities. So to keep the law of conservation of momentum same, the huge mass of the rocket start flying with the some velocity. So it is based on law of conservation of momentum. The path of projectile is straight or projectile. So whenever the projectile is thrown, it follows a path that is called parabolic. The path of projectile is called trajectory, parabolic, or L. So the path of projectile is parabolic and it got special name that is called trajectory. Football to blow ball at maximum distance can attain by 90 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree. So we know that a range is maximum at 45 degree. So the true angle is 45 degree. 20h range for projectile is same for 30 and 60 degree and 20 and 80 degree. So we know that the range of projectiles are complementary and its sum is only is equal to 90. So for 30 and 60 its sum is equal to 90. So the range will be same of for 30 and 60, not for 80 and 20, because its sum is 100. Projectile velocity in maximum height is, so we know that the velocity of projectile is equal to v apex square plus v y square under the root. So at high point the vertical component of velocity is 0, so we will only get v apex square. So v apex square cancel with the and Vfx is equal to Vf V cos Vix is equal to Vi cos theta. So option A is cos theta is right. Vi cos theta. Angle per range of projectile are complementary, supplementary or what? So the angles per range of projectile are complementary. Its sum is always equal to 90. Motion of projectile is 1D, 2D or 3 dimensional. So motion of projectile is 2D because the ball moves upward as well as forward. So it is 2D. Motion of projectile is due to acceleration or gravity. So the motion of projectile is due to gravity. MCQ number 33. Projectile is thrown so that it attain maximum range of 1000 meter. How high it will rise? So if this is the maximum range that is attained at 45 degree, if maximum range is 1000, so we have to ask for h. So the relation between maximum height and range is range divided by 4. So here range is 1000, so 1000 divided by 4 is equal to 250. So option B is correct. This is the formula. H is equal to R divided by 4. Next is 2 kilogram ball is thrown from a building and took 10 seconds to reach earth. Point velocity when it strike the earth. They have said that this is the building. They have thrown a ball from it. The ball took 10 seconds to reach the earth. Find its velocity when it touch the surface of the earth. So we have to ask final velocity. The ball start from rest. Vi was 0, and they have given us the timing. Ask for Vf. So we know that Vf is equal to Vi plus At. So as the initial velocity is 0, so we will write Vf is equal to At. So to find T, Vf is equal to A multiplied by T, where A is equal to 9.8 multiplied by T is equal to 10. So 9.8 multiplied by 10 is equal to 98. R. MCQ number next is when we kick stone we get hurt. This is due to inertia or third law. So whenever due to third law, whenever if we do an action, there will be an equal and opposite reaction. So with the high speed we kick the stone, the more we will get hurt. So as we increase the speed, as we increase the action, the reaction will be also increased because action and reaction are same but opposite in direction. So this is third law, not inertia. Next is 35. Numerical value of displacement to distance is. So we can say that this body is moving from point A to B. So this is A to B. It may go in this direction, this is distance, or it may go in this direction. So if body follow this path, so this is distance. So the shortest distance is displacement. So as the distance is greater, so distance divided by displacement. So this is greater than distance, so we will get 1 point something. The next is if this is the shortest distance but body followed this path, so the distance and displacement are same. So as distance and displacement are same, so in this case it will be equal to 1. They have asked numerical value of displacement to distance. So in this case, as the displacement is less, as distance is more, so we will get 0.1 or something, 0 point something. So the minimum distance is 0 and the maximum is value is 1. So the value range is from 0 to 1. Ball is thrown vertically with velocity of 98 meter per second. It takes 10 seconds to reach the highest point. Find the acceleration. It means that the ball is thrown with velocity of 98 meter per second, and to the highest point it takes 10 seconds, where at the highest point body stop and velocity is equal to 0 and initial velocity was 98, and we asked to point A. So we know that 2as is equal to Vf square minus Vi square, where 2 is 2, A is equal to G, H is not given. and we have to find Vf is given, Vi is given. So as final velocity is 0, so we will remove this. So Vi is equal to minus Vi is equal to under root 2 into GH, 2 multiplied by 9.8 multiplied by this is the time. So we can't use this formula. We will apply another formula. Now we have to ask for acceleration. Simply the acceleration is equal to delta V divided by T, as the time is how much? 10 seconds. In the velocity change in velocity, final velocity was 0 and initial was 98. So minus 98 divided by 10 is equal to minus 9.8. Next is 5 kilogram mass is dropped. 5 kilogram body mass is dropped from 80 meter. This is a 80 meter tall building. Body drop is 5 kg. How much time it will take to reach to earth? So we know that its initial velocity is 0 and we are asked to find height. So we can use maybe 2s is equal to Vf square minus Vi square. Initial is 0. We don't know the final, we don't know the s, so we can't use it, this equation. Next is s is equal to Vit plus half At square r per, and g will use Gt square, s is equal to half At square. So the next we know that initial velocity is 0, so this time will be decreased. We have asked for time, so time is equal to 2 into s divided by g under the root. So 2 multiplied by distance is 80. So 80 divided by g is 9.8 under the root. 9.8 or 10. 10 8s are 80. So 8 2s are 16 under root 16 is equal to 4. So answer is 4 seconds. Enough for today. Solve much practice as much as you can, and if you don't know any solution of any MCQ, just WhatsApp us or send send your MCQs to the Bank of MCQs page on WhatsApp, or comment on YouTube channel, or you can also send on WhatsApp or Instagram, or to contact us on WhatsApp. You may send your problem, MCQs or anything, or you can contact about Sunday test formation. So the number is here 1963944. So this is our WhatsApp number, you may contact. Allah Hafiz. It's enough for today. Done.